Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Boys in Polos podcast. I am Paul, and I'm here with...
And I'm your co-host, Gavin. Agenda for today, we got scores around the grounds, hot and not, overreaction and underreaction, a new segment called Yes and No, the look ahead, and yeah, that's it.
All right, let's get right into it. The scores around the grounds. First game of the week, we had Man City versus West Ham. City taking that one 2-1.
Not really
what can we say?
Contest.
Yeah, it looked promising in a way.
Mm-hmm.
I had faith in West Ham, who are sitting in fourth right now. So
yeah, I was wishing for West Ham to win that game, but was it like 20 straight games? City's just dominated.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, but their last loss was Spurs, so yay for that. But next game, West Brom 1, Brighton 0. Brighton just cannot score. It's impossible.
It is really hard for them to score.
And against West Brom, the team that's allowed the most goals in the league, and they still can't score.
But we had one of the biggest controversy of the week in that game with the ref and his call on a Brighton free kick, which they scored. It was really messy. I'll drop the video in the description, but it was really weird. Like, the ref blew the whistle for the free kick, so Brighton took it. They scored, but right before the ball crossed the line, the ref blew his whistle again because apparently the goalie wasn't ready. But we're taught that it doesn't matter if the goalie is ready. Once the ref blows the whistle, the play is on. So I don't know. It got real messy there.
That's true. That's a weird one. I don't really know whose side I want to take in that argument, because you could make an argument for both sides, though I'd kind of side with Brighton on that. I mean, if the ball's about to cross the line and you took the free kick, the goalie doesn't have to be ready. It's as soon as the whistle is blown.
Exactly. It's ridiculous.
But, maybe it's something else that we're just not seeing, like some other rule, but we're not really sure.
It's even worse. The goalie, thought he made a mistake. The goalie was like, oh, man, I shouldn't have let that in. He didn't even, try and complain.
Yeah.
So, he knew, there was something wrong with that. I definitely was supposed to stop making my wall and try and get in the goal to save something.
Yeah. Next up, Leeds versus Aston Villa. Villa taking that 1-0.
Good game for Villa.
Yeah. Villa's, they're a good team. Surprising after they almost got relegated, saved on the last match of the week.
That was a fun week. But
yeah,
Villa, 9th place right now with almost 3 games in hand. Yeah, that's the word. With 3 games in hand on Man City, who have played the most games with 27. So
that's weird. City, they went from being like a game with a game in hand to now 2 games ahead. Well, a game ahead of most teams, 2 games ahead of a couple teams, and 3 games ahead of Villa.
Yeah, Villa had that coronavirus little messy, touchy subject
8 times.
But they were stopped for a few weeks, but they're getting back in the groove of things. Next, we got Newcastle 1, Wolves 1.
Disappointment.
Very disappointing if you're a Wolves fan. Very, very disappointing. You should be winning a team like Newcastle. Not saying that Newcastle are awful, but come on, we've seen better from Wolves.
Rough week for Wolves. For Wolves fans. We'll get to today's score later.
We've seen better.
Yeah.
Next, we got Palace 0, Fulham 0.
Interesting derby, but
it's a weird derby.
not a very high scoring one.
Yeah, obviously not. Look at the 2 teams playing, but what can I say more than they should have done better?
Yeah.
Nobody likes to see a game ending of 0-0, but it is what it is. Moving on, we got
pretty good goalie performances there.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, what's his name? The Palace goalkeeper, Guaita. He played well that game.
He did great. Areola did great. Good job by both of them, keeping that one a stalemate. Next game, Leicester 1, Arsenal 3. Early Leicester goal in 6th minute, I think it was, by Tielemans.
Mm-hmm.
And just couldn't get anything going after that.
Yeah, Leicester are having a tough time. They're still in third, obviously, so they have won their games and they rightfully deserve their position, but they're slipping away, and they have a few injuries that are costing them a bit. Just like Liverpool, they might start slipping down. So
Yeah.
hopefully not, though. For any Leicester fans, I kind of like your team. So
Yeah. It's one of those teams where like you can't hate them. They're not like
exactly.
they're not like an Arsenal or a City, but yeah. Next game, the best game of the week. Spurs 4, Burnley 0. Gareth Bale. Bale is back. Bale is
Questionable.
back.
Questionable, but okay, yeah.
2 minutes
Yeah,
in?
yes,
2 minutes in?
Come on. Yeah, come on. All right.
Spurs, big win. Big win.
Big win for Spurs, definitely. I mean, playing against a defense like Burnley, even though they don't seem like a good team because they're positioning, 16th or something like that. But they're bottom of the table team, but their defense is very, very strong, and everybody knows that.
Yeah. That's Burnley. They've seen that before. I mean, I think the last one they played at that stadium was like 5-0 Spurs. rough for Burnley. And Harry Kane has been the Burnley killer, tying Riyad Mahrez's record for most goals against Burnley.
That's interesting.
Yeah, interesting. But yes, Harry Kane's been Burnley killer.
But good games for Spurs there, and they have been playing well. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, as much as I hate to say that, better than their usual form. Where are they now? Eighth,
but game in hand over most of the top teams.
Yeah,
and two over City.
Game in hand. Say they win that, they're still gonna be be an eighth. But
and the next game, I may argue that this was the most disappointing game of the week.
I would agree.
Chelsea 0, Man U 0.
Neither team wanted to play.
So much more.
Neither team wanted to play. It looked like neither team wanted to play. It's sad that.
I mean, that was shaping up to be the best game of the week, and it just wasn't.
It was the biggest flop ever. That was awful. Oh my god.
Hey, next official match week, since this week was like 2 match weeks in one. The next official match week, we've got the biggest derby ever, Man City versus Man U coming up. That should be an interesting one for City to win. Next game, Sheffield 0, Liverpool 2. And Liverpool.
Ooh.
I mean,
you kind of expect it. I feel bad for Sheffield, but come on. I mean, you can't do much. It's Sheffield.
Poor Sheffield.
What more can we say?
They're Sheffield. I mean, poor Sheffield. Everton 1, Southampton 0. Southampton is just bad. Just awful. I mean, there's no other way to describe it. They're just bad.
After 9-0, it was downhill. That was
See what
awful.
You did there with that rhyme?
That was awful.
Cringe. But next game, City 4, Wolves 1. Wolves, once again, rough week for them. But I mean, 20 straight games. It's City. What are you going to do?
Yeah, you can't really do much.
It's getting depressing to watch. It's in the beginning, it was like, oh, cool, they're doing really well. And then now it's just like, well, they won again.
It's numb. We're all numb here. But moving on, we have games to come. And they haven't played. They're going to be playing tomorrow. And the next day, we got Burnley versus Leicester. Should shape up to be a good
hoping to rebound a ton. I mean, after bad games.
And we got Sheffield versus Aston Villa.
Should be an interesting one.
Ooh, that might.
Aston Villa will probably take that dub.
Probably.
Sheffield team.
You never know. Sheffield lives matter.
Sheffield lives matter.
We'll be
next game, Palace versus United. Next game, Palace versus United. Once again, City versus United is next week or next match week. But Palace versus United this week. I mean, Palace has just been depressing to watch.
So
don't score a ton.
Let's win.
Don't do a lot. Just depressing to watch. That's about it.
Next we got Spurs versus Fulham.
Hopefully Spurs does better than they did last time against Fulham.
It should be a Spurs win. Let's be honest.
If Bale plays like he did the other day,
it most likely will be. But
Yeah.
moving on, we got West Brom versus Everton. Everton, there is no challenge in that game. Please, if you lose,
Go West Brom. If West Brom wins, Spurs has a chance to move above Everton. So go West Brom. Yay, West Brom.
There's no competition in that thing. Like, I can't even talk. How oh my gosh, that is. I can't. I feel like West Brom are worse than Sheffield. I'm gonna be honest. Just the way they
never
play.
mind. Spurs can't move above Everton. That's sad. Not even with a win and Everton loss. It's just.
It's just
sadness.
sad. I don't know. I just don't like
Sadness.
watching. I guess I don't like watching West Brom as much. I don't find
I don't
them.
even love watching Everton. I mean, they're just like they're either hot or they're cold. There's no in between.
Yeah, that's true. There's no mediocreness in their team. No,
It's either Dominic Calvert-Lewin's playing like one of the best in the league, or they just don't do anything, and it's the most boring game ever until like the 80th minute when both teams realize, hey, this is an important game. And the final game, Liverpool versus Chelsea. Hopefully, that's a better one than Chelsea United.
Hopefully, I mean, I'm gonna be watching that game for sure.
Yeah, so. That's gonna be a hopefully fun game. Moving on to hot and not.
Yes,
hot player of the week. Biased Gareth Bale. His first start with the new Spurs Big Three, and yes, I'm calling that now. The Big Three is going insane. They're going off. He scored 2 and assisted on that was a great assist. That was from like their own box, and Kane took it to the house.
Yeah, that was a very nice assist, I have to admit. That's his experience coming in handy.
But I mean, did you see his second goal? Woo! That's the Bale shot we saw way back when on the original Spurs 10 for Bale.
Yeah, I mean, in a way, you could say he's back, but like, was he really there ever after coming back? You know, it's kind of like he went to Real Madrid, he played for a few years, and then God knows where he went. Mm-hmm. Then for this game last week, he decided to come back. So,
well,
we'll see if he keeps it up. That's my question for him.
Team of the week or players? I don't think it's necessarily the whole team, but Brighton's entire offense. Where are you? We're sending out a search party We're sending out a search party because they are garbage. Enough said.
That was, oh my God, that was sad. The amount of pressure they put and the amount of shots on target that they put, or at least shots that they put up, and the fact that they didn't even get a goal, like, come on.
And it's West Brom. They have, once again, they have let up a league-leading amount of goals. League-leading, and by a lot. This is not like 1 or 2 goals. This is like 10.
I mean, all you have to do is look at their goal difference. Negative 35.
I mean, they're all right. I got to check. Wait, what is it exactly?
Negative 35 is their goal difference, but let me check how many.
They let up.
West Brom conceded.
Yeah, negative 35.
That's their goal difference though. So
yeah, but I mean, then again, they don't score much. So.
Ooh. I think this is right.
What?
One second. So their average is to score 2.2 goals a game.
2.2 or 0.22?
2.2 is their average.
Let up. Okay.
Yeah.
I was about to say, no way they scored that much.
No,
like it's West Brom. Come on.
And they've conceded 55 goals.
55? What is that? Brighton. Garbage. We need to send out a search party immediately. Have you seen this team? If you have, please contact the Premier League. Because
have you seen any attackers?
Have you seen any attackers that are willing to just move to Brighton?
Oh my God, that's
sad. Like at all. I mean, literally anybody. It could be your little your cousin who's in kindergarten's friend Johnny. He could go play because he'd probably be better than them.
My cousin's dogs, brothers, sisters, hamsters, stepmother.
Whoa.
That she could play better.
Yeah.
Come on,
Right, that was just disappointing. Moving on to overreaction and underreaction. All right. Newcastle relegated? I mean, they're only 3 points safe.
I would have to go with overreaction.
Really?
My bottom three is Sheffield United, West Bromwich Albion, and Brighton Hove and Albion. Brighton
Really?
and Hove
Brighton?
Albion.
Okay, so you're with Fulham staying up.
I'm with Fulham staying up. I like the way they
Same
play.
here. Same here.
I like the way they play.
Newcastle, though, I think are playing a little bit worse than Brighton. Maybe not as of late, but I think
same
they're
on
just
points.
a worse quality team.
They're same
Callum
on
Wilson,
points, though.
get
They're same
out
on
of there.
points.
Callum Wilson, run. Run as fast as you can on that injured hamstring of yours. Run. Please, get out of there. You're too good to waste your years at Newcastle. Sorry, Newcastle fans.
You know, I think Newcastle can stay alive because I feel like Brighton's worse than them.
Yeah, but Brighton doesn't have many. They don't let out many goals as compared to Newcastle.
Yeah, that's true.
It's literally a roll of the dice every single time, and exactly the roll of the dice because they could let up 6 or they could let up 1. They rarely let up 0.
Next question. I got a question for you. West Ham United, Champions League.
Underreaction. I think they can do it. Go West Ham.
I personally,
if Spurs doesn't make it, I want West Ham to.
I think West Ham will.
I think they're good enough. I
definitely think they are.
They've waited their turn.
Yep.
And they're finally gonna do it.
That is
next
exactly
year,
right.
Not sure. Because next year is Spurs year. And I know that. That's why I tell myself every
year is Spurs.
Every year. Every year. Next year is Spurs year. But it never is. Rip. But next up, Leeds top 10. I feel like we've done this so much, but it needs to be said because it's always a question because they're either top 10, oh yeah, go Leeds, they're doing great. Or come on, guys. Every week it's something different. The only consistency in Leeds is their inconsistency.
That's a fact. I mean, their last few games, ready? I'm going to list out the last 5 games. Win, loss, win, loss.
It's just, and there's no ties. I think, don't they have like the least ties in the league? 2. Yep, probably.
2.
I mean, I think they might be tied with Sheffield, just because Sheffield doesn't tie much.
They and Sheffield have 2 ties.
But the only reason Sheffield only has 2 ties is because they're not good enough to score.
Yeah, Sheffield only have 3 wins.
And
so.
they don't score.
But Leeds
basically beat Manchester United for no apparent reason.
Be quiet. Here are the last 5 game scores, right? 2-0 Leeds win. 4-2 Leeds lose. 1-0 Leeds lose. 3-0 Leeds win. 1-0 Leeds lose. I mean, it's an improvement from what it used to be.
Yeah, but it's comical that it's on and off. They're hot and cold.
Yeah.
And
no streaks at all.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Southampton, are they too close to relegation for comfort? Or do you think they're safe?
I think they're safe. They're not getting relegated, but
so overreaction,
but they're in a bad place right now. They are in a very bad place. I think I'm
going to go with the same, but I think they've got a problem on their hands because they're not going to be able to bring in anybody. I mean, who wants to go there? Right now, it's a dumpster fire.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, sitting in 4th place in the top 5 for like a few weeks, they can have consistency. They're a team that's proven they can be consistent.
But they're consistent with their wins and consistent with their losses. We've seen that consistency quite often as of late. And I'm not talking about the wins.
Yeah. Nah, I feel bad for them. I kind of like the way they were playing.
I mean, they looked good, but
they were a fun team.
Yeah, they were.
Moving on.
Also, just one more thing before we get on to the next segment. Southampton, thank you for starting the Liverpool drop.
Oh my God.
When you think back, they were the first loss when it all went downhill.
Beautiful. Oh my gosh. That Danny
Great job. And then they haven't won since.
Danny Ings goal in like the 2nd minute, chipping it over Allison, and then nobody else scoring for the rest of the game.
Yep.
Beautiful. Now Liverpool is sitting in 6th. Oh, I love it.
As promised, the next segment.
My United fan blood is so happy. But yes, let's move on.
As promised, the new segment, yes and no. Basically, we're going to ask each other 10 rapid fire questions, and we're just going to answer with yes or no. Then we go back over them and discuss them when we're done. But you can't defend your answer while the questions are being asked. So it's going to be yes, no, yes, no, yes, no.
All right,
just
all
an
right,
example.
all right, cool.
All right, you want to start or should I? Like,
I'll ask you.
Okay.
All right. Can Spurs win the league?
No, but next year's our year.
Hey, no explaining.
Oh, yeah.
No
Okay.
explaining.
Okay, go. Just keep going.
Anyone other than City winning the league?
No.
Leeds top 10?
Yeah.
Do you like the way Jose Mourinho is coaching?
Yes.
Will Wolves have a comeback season?
No.
Will Van Dijk get right back into form?
No.
Will Fulham get relegated?
No.
Will West Ham keep their Champions League spot?
Yep.
Will Meslier, the Leeds goalkeeper, ever become one of the best?
Of course.
Will Salah stay at Liverpool?
That's a hard one. No.
Okay.
Looking back, listen, Van Dijk, it's not gonna. He's never gonna be back to the same thing as he was, because when you look at, and now this doesn't happen much in soccer, but when you look at some football players that tear their ACL, you're never the same.
No,
it's just something that
nobody's ever the same after a knee injury.
The knee is gonna follow you for the rest of your career. And I mean, I'm hoping that he gets back into form, maybe with another club, not in the Premier League. But yeah, I don't think he will.
Yeah, the knee messes you up for a while. I mean, and my friend got his knee messed up, and he's never been the same since then. Like, he used to be a really physical winger and really fast, and he would always go for the ball. Now he kind of like shies away from completely putting everything into going for the ball because he's kind of scared a little bit. So you have that aspect, as well as you're not as strong on your legs, and your knee is always just a little bit weaker than it was before.
Probably won't be able to jump as high as he could and head those balls down for Liverpool, but you know, it's a scary injury, and hope it doesn't happen to anybody else, because that's something that's really tough. And Wolves, actually gonna change my answer to yes, they will, because I don't want to get attacked by my brother, who by the way, is a Wolves fan. And will Messi ever become one of the best? I think he has the potential. He looks good. He's only like 19 or 20. Like, he's got time. And can Spurs win the league? Next year. There's always next year. Till there's not. When we get relegated. There's always next year.
Keep saying it to yourself.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's move on to your questions.
All right.
Let's start off with my favorite question on this list. Is Bale back?
No.
Aston Villa Europa League?
No.
City uncatchable?
Yes.
Fulham staying up?
Yes.
Wolves top 10?
No.
Arsenal top 10?
Yes.
Wan-Bissaka Team of the Year snub?
It's going to happen.
Can Brighton score?
No. No.
Southampton good start fake?
No.
Do you hate Tuchel?
Yes, I hate the man.
Yeah, I hate him too. And it's not even like it's not even like I'm a Chelsea fan and I can have this opinion. I just hate the guy. No reason. I just hate him.
I mean, he is the Chelsea coach, so no matter what, I have to.
Also, but also, I would have liked to see Lampard go a few more games and bury Chelsea down the league. But
he somehow resurrected them. Tuchel has done it. But
and
let's review these. What do you think about me saying Bale is back? What do you think of me saying no?
I think that's false. I think Bale was wasted in Madrid, and I think with that insane curve of his shot, I think he can be back. I'm not saying he's going to be pre-Madrid Bale, because pre-Madrid Bale was one of the best in the world.
But it wasn't his prime. What I'm saying is Bale was at his prime at Madrid, and everybody says he was wasted at Madrid. I feel like he did his best in Madrid.
He was in his prime, but he just wasn't used enough.
Yeah, that was later. That was later in the season. People still judge him for his later in the season because it was brought to so much attention that he wasn't playing at all. But the fact that people are saying he's back, I can't agree with that. He has to show me more than at least He has to show me more than 5 times that he can like consistently score.
You know where I think it went downhill? You know where I think where it went downhill?
Where?
When he went away from that clean shave and clean cut hair and no facial hair. I think that's where it went downhill. That ugly bun.
What do you mean?
Makes me want to
The
throw
man
up.
bun? The man bun?
Yep, man bun.
Come
Makes
on
me want to
now.
throw up.
Don't
And that weird
disrespect.
beard. Oh my, what are you from the Hunger Games? Like, what? Honestly, he looks like that guy Seneca Crane or whatever his name is. But he's just like, that's ugly. It's disgusting.
Yeah. Right.
So Wan-Bissaka Team of the Year snub. Do you think it's gonna happen or?
I mean, number one, if there was a right back that deserved the Team of the Year, who would it be? Because
I don't think it's Alexander Arnold because he doesn't have particularly insane
it
year.
is not him.
I mean, it's not like I can't see anybody in like La Liga winning it. Maybe like someone on Bayern or Dortmund. Like
Who's the Bayern right back? They don't really play
oh,
right
who
back.
is it?
They
It
don't
was
really...
wasn't it Kimmich? But
yeah,
then
but
it was like
he's a center defensive mid now. He changed position.
Yeah. But there's not really anyone that really stands out, and I think
that's a right
I think
back.
Wan-Bissaka's done a great job. Oh yeah, and I was looking at the stats. Wan-Bissaka versus Luke Shaw. This season, Wan-Bissaka has 2 goals. Luke Shaw has none. Wan-Bissaka is 1 behind in assists, and he's leading him by a lot in tackles, a lot in interceptions. In fact, it's 33-12 in interceptions.
Yeah, because Wan-Bissaka's a defender.
But he has better offensive stats too.
But he cannot attack. Like if you watch
he scored 2 goals and Luke Shaw didn't score any.
That was luck. Did you see his goals? They were like the wildest bounce in. I'm a United fan and I'm saying this. But yeah, like Bissaka, his attacking ability is not there. He's an awkward player because he has long legs. So it's kind of a bit awkward for him the way he plays. But what's his name? Luke Shaw, he definitely has more to do with the buildup of United's play. It's just not shown in the stats like perfectly.
Okay. Well, on to the look ahead. So my guarantee last week was Leicester over Villa, and that happened. Yours was United over Newcastle, which happened, and our guest Max's was City over Arsenal, which if
also
you've seen City as of late, it happened. After last week, totals are I have 15, Paul is 21, and our guest total, which we'll be keeping until the end of the year, is 8.
Yes.
Remember, the guests, they are doubled. But yeah, so last week's games, if I'm looking at right, Chelsea won, Southampton won. I think me and you each got a point for that. Liverpool 0, Everton 2. No one got points for that. Fulham 1, Sheffield none. I got 3, you got 2, and Max got 1, but it got doubled.
Well, yeah.
So, yeah. So
right.
I crawled back into a somewhat manageable position.
6 points, but you can do it. I believe.
We've got a while left. But this week's big games, as hinted to in the scores around the grounds, City versus United. Biggest derby in the world. I'm going 3-1 City. Okay. And now the biggest question of the evening: will Paul bet against his own team to keep the forfeit?
Never. It's gonna be 1-2 United.
1-2. Okay.
Yep.
Chelsea versus Everton. Huge game for the Champions League and Europa League races. I'm gonna go 0-0. I think it's gonna be a boring game.
Very boring. I mean,
I think Everton's a boring team. I think Chelsea is also a boring team. Not entirely boring, but as of late they've been pretty boring. The Tuchel era is boring. What do you think?
I don't know. This is hard. This is not an easy choice. As of late, let me see Chelsea's form, because like they're in 5th. They're in 15. They're moving up fast.
No looking at stats. Come on, just make a
All right.
guess.
Chelsea's winning 1-0.
1-0. Okay, I can see that happening. I don't think Everton will score though.
And even if they tie, I'll get 1 point for the Everton score. So
Yeah. Oh yeah.
yeah, because they'll probably
Unless it's a 2-2 tie.
I mean,
In which case, I get 1 point for winning and losing. But West Ham versus Leeds next game should be offensive fireworks. I do not know for which side, but since Leeds is a huge momentum team, West Ham will either score like 87 goals or they will lose like 60-0. Obviously, those are not real numbers. I'm going 2-0 West Ham.
2-0. Okay. I like the way Leeds have been playing, especially their defense.
Is this hinting at
1-0.
Leeds? Wow.
1-0
I mean, they
West
are
Ham.
on pace. As we've seen, they lost their last game. So
1-0
what
West
do we
Ham.
see?
It's gonna happen, I think.
You think?
I think.
Wait. What's your score?
1-0 West Ham.
All right. My guarantee of the week will be a lot of weird ones, but I'm gonna go Leicester over Brighton. I think Leicester is a much better team. And let's just hope Brighton doesn't keep a clean sheet, because otherwise then it's gonna be a 0-0 game, since we know Brighton can't score for their life.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I'm gonna hit you with the 1-2 and use your game against you. Spurs over Palace.
Okay. Yeah. I appreciate the support. Spurs support. Spurs lives matter.
I don't support. I'm just saying it's gonna happen.
Spurs support.
No, nah.
I mean, you're picking them, so you think they're gonna
and
win.
we're ending the video today. Thank you for no.
All right, the other games of the week: Burnley versus Arsenal. I don't really know what to think about that game.
Yeah, very. I don't know. Feels like a weird game.
Yeah, Sheffield versus Southampton. Can Southampton, right the ship, as we've been saying for the last 5 or 6 weeks? Will not happen.
Sheffield.
Let's go Sheffield! Yay, Sheffield!
Team Sheffield.
Go Sheffield!
Sheffield merch in the description. No, I'm joking. I'm not putting it.
Sheffield merch. Bro, we gotta get that.
Sheffield merch.
Sheffield merch.
Maybe.
Yo, we hit 100 subs. 1 Sheffield sweatshirt.
We'll do a giveaway once we get 100
giveaway.
subs.
Sheffield support sweatshirt. Next, Aston Villa versus Wolves. I hope Wolves win. Yeah, because I don't want to get killed. But
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Then we got, we already talked about Brighton versus Leicester. West Brom versus Newcastle, the most boring game of the week. And I can say that with confidence.
And
otherwise, Callum Wilson comes back, because otherwise those are the 2 least talented teams in the league.
Damn.
I mean, isn't it a fact?
I mean,
West Brom and Newcastle, they have the least impressing rosters.
Yeah. No, I gotta admit it.
Then we got Liverpool versus Fulham. Hopefully Fulham can put Liverpool in the coffin here.
Come on, Fulham. You got it. You can do it.
I'm here. Come on, Fulham. And then, we talked about already.
Spurs versus Palace. It's gonna happen.
Spurs.
But I wouldn't be mad if Palace won.
I would. I'd even let you get those 3 points just to see Spurs win. But I mean, I'm always gonna root for Spurs. But yeah, that just about wraps us up for this episode.
Let us know if you guys want us to add anything to our podcast. Want to
give us
take
feedback
out
on the
anything?
yes and no segment.
Yep, if you like it. Make sure you drop a like on the video. Drop a comment. Make sure you
sellout time.
Sure you
Yay! Everybody's favorite time.
And
sellout time.
Yeah, that's gonna do it for today. Make sure to tune in to next week. When are we gonna do the next one? Over the weekend, maybe? Actually, I have a tournament.
All right. Well, we'll see.
We'll see. We'll figure it out.
We'll talk about it off camera.
But anyway, thank you guys for listening, and peace.